so good. I have not done a YouTube video for about 2 to 3 years. I don't know why I procrastinate or what holds me back really, but I want to start doing weekly vlogs. So let's get into it. It has been so hectic just because your girl got pregnant. I did not even want kids, honestly. Me and Curtis were very much on the same page and just kind of wanted to travel, live our life, and then have kids. But God had other plans. Honestly, it worked out so good. Like, I had just graduated college, just bought our first home. You know what I'm saying? Everything kind of just fell into place. Even though kids weren't in our plan, it worked out so well. A lot of people feel like they need like a checklist or like a criteria met before having kids. And honestly, I don't feel like that's how life works. I feel like, I don't know, anything could be thrown at you and you kind of just have to be ready. You gotta adapt to it. Nobody knows how to parent or how to have kids. Like, we're all first-time parents. Even though it was scary, like, it was just so perfect, and now I wouldn't want it any other way. There's this saying that it says, I'm so glad I didn't end up with what I thought I wanted. And holy shit, do I go by that fucking quote. That goes for like the people like I wanted to be around, like the city, friends. Honestly, just worked out. Going back to getting pregnant, we actually took the Plan B pill. It was a couple of days after, like 3 days. And it says take up to 3 days. Yeah, I took it. God had other plans and I ended up being pregnant with Eloise. When I took the Plan B pill, I actually was feeling very guilty. I remember looking at it and I was like, oh my God, like, do I want to take this? And I ended up taking the pill, but I was actually like really having baby fever, and that's never happened before. And I took the pill and lo and behold, I ended up finding out I was pregnant. We found out around February, and I for sure knew because my friends were like, oh my God, my period, I got my period, this and that. And my mom was like, oh girl, my period. And I was like, well, where the fuck is my period? I didn't end up getting my period. It was a kind of a rough pregnancy. For a lot of you people that are not really close to me but do follow me, I didn't post a lot when I was pregnant just because girl, bitch was going through it. And I was pregnant with a girl. I was throwing up all over the place. I believe it was from when I first got pregnant in February till like 5 months in. And that was when COVID just hit. So I had to go in and out of the hospital because the only thing that would make me feel better in this pregnancy, because I was throwing up so much, was an IV. I couldn't keep anything down, no foods, no liquids. It was horrible, not a fun time at all. Around 6 months came and then had to be put on bed rest. I was put on bed rest because I have a dual uterus. That means it's heart-shaped, and basically my baby was just on my left side of my uterus and she was really tight in there. On top of having a dual uterus that was heart-shaped, and she was on the left side, that already caused me to be on bed rest and to be a high-risk pregnancy. On top of those things, your cervix, right, is like this. And when you give birth, your cervix opens from the bottom up and your baby comes out, right? Well, mine was kind of funneling, that's what they called it, and it was opening from the top to the bottom. It didn't end up opening on bottom, but it was like funneling. It started to open. She was gonna come out, and it was so bad because they had to prepare me for the worst. So when I was funneling, I had to stay overnight at the hospital. I had to get admitted. I thought my baby was gonna come out. I thought I was gonna lose her. I was freaking out, crying. I called my family. I was like, this is horrible. Like, this is really bad. Also told me that if she were to come out, she was going to be like, you know, a high-risk baby and birth, and that she possibly could have came out with problems like cerebral palsy and all that stuff. So that was very scary as a mom. Nobody wants to hear that. If she did have anything like that, you know, we were gonna still love her. But it was very hard on my heart, and it was just a very tough pregnancy since the beginning. After they released me from the hospital, they gave me some vaginal inserts, basically some dissolvable pills that you put in your vagina and they dissolve. I had to do that for the rest of my pregnancy from 6 months to basically birth, and it helped so much. It helped my cervix from funneling and opening completely. She did not fall out, thank goodness. When this was happening, they told me that if my pills don't work, that they're gonna have to stitch my cervix. That was so scary because like you don't go under or nothing, pretty much. They kind of just numb you and then stitch you, which is so scary to me. Luckily, they did not have to do that. The vaginal inserts ended up working, so it was really awesome on my end. Because nobody wants anything happening to their baby or their pregnancy. You don't expect it, honestly. And that's the scary part about birth and pregnancy. You can't do anything or stop it, or sometimes it's just out of your control. The vaginal inserts ended up working, which was great because she stayed in there, and nobody wants to hear that she wants to come out early, but like that your body's kind of not functioning properly, and you know, your baby could possibly come out. So that was very scary. But with my family, my support system that I do have, and my fiance that is amazing, we stuck it out. We were strong. My body was strong, and you know, I don't know, she lasted for such a long time. And now that we're past giving birth, I want to talk about actual birth. I know some of you guys have real questions. You guys can ask them in the comments, or obviously DM me if you need to. But giving birth, I want you women to feel empowered. Now, what I mean by that is you just kind of have to own that you're giving birth. And I'm gonna tell you something. We're all fucking scared. Like, honestly, that was one of my biggest fears. And I don't know, I fucking did it. Like, you leave the hospital and you're like, holy shit, I just did that. And like, you literally have a whole ass kid, a human that you have to take care of, and you're like, what the fuck? Some of you guys are like, well, duh. It's just so different when you're actually going through the experience itself. The healing process too, it was not bad at all. It's amazing what our bodies can do and how fast they recover. But anyways, birth was great. I only pushed for about 35 minutes, I want to say, altogether. That was an actual shit show itself. My doctor was late. We had so many students in there. I was screaming like, where's my doctor? I'm gonna push. I need somebody here. Like, somebody needs to give, you know, my baby, like, help me give birth with my child. It was so funny. Other than that, it was such a good experience. Like, my doctor was amazing, and I really wouldn't want to trade it for anything else. I always try to hype my sister up. She's about to give birth to her second child, and she's scared, and I was like, Nikki, we can do this. Like, we've got this. So if you're out there and you're scared, it's normal to be scared because you're like, what the fuck? Like, a human's coming out of me. But oh my god, you're gonna feel so empowered and amazing, and you're gonna be like, holy shit, I didn't even know my body could do that. Anyways, that's my pregnancy, birthing story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna take you on a ride for this week's journey. Popping in to let you know that this is just gonna be about my pregnancy journey, and also that I think it's super funny that I had so many issues with my pregnancy, but I was like, we're awesome, we're empowered, we can do this. But it's true, your body can do so much. We are capable of so much. See you guys next week.